How about the Cowboys? Are they actually good?
I think they're good. They've got one of the 5 best offenses in the NFL, and the defense is now average at least. And that's good enough.
Yeah.
Certainly good enough to win the East. I don't know. I don't think that they're in the same class as like the Rams and the Packers, or not, pardon me, the Bucks.
Yeah.
But they're right in that next tier. Like the offense to me is one of my favorite offenses in football to watch right now because like they win so many different ways. And especially over these after they lost Gallup and playing these defenses where they knew they wanted to run the ball, to just come in and assert their will on the ground, what those tight ends are doing. Like Dak just looks so calm and in control of that offense. It's also just like a really fun offense to rewatch from like a X's and O's standpoint. They do so much fun shit. Like all the touchdown, the red zone calls are so good. So I think they are good. I think the defense is a little bit overhyped at the moment, but still a very good team.
Yeah, I feel like Kellen Moore, and it doesn't do him justice. Tony Romo saying he should be a head coach on national TV, like, the other day. It was a kiss of death for the court of public opinion on Kellen Moore. Now people are going to be rooting against him to get a head coaching job. But, maybe from an offensive scheme standpoint, he is that good. I don't know. Because I agree with you. They've looked great. And Dak he's incredible. I mean, we don't say that enough. We usually do hey, he's underrated. People don't talk about him enough. We're talking about contracts. We're talking about Dallas. Like, let's just boil it down. The guy's incredible. The throw he made, rolling left last night, flipping his hips, and the piss missile on the sideline that really could have been a completion but ended up being incomplete. Like, that's the throw of the week. You know what I mean? And he's making a couple of those throws every game I see him play. So, I'm a major fan of Dak and the leadership to boot. The guy I love on that team, like it seems half of America at this point, Micah Parsons.
I thought you were going to hit me with like a super deep cut.
No,
like
no deep cut.
Real random player.
No deep cut.
Like,
but
I was ready for it.
We've been team Micah Parsons since the old Hard Knocks. He just seems like a good kid. It's hard to hate him even though he's a Cowboy. And damn it, he covered as good as any rookie week 1, and then he rushed as good as any rookie week 2, although there was the backup, Brian Balaga's backup. But he's twitchy and he's instinctive. Where do you think he ranks as far as like really good defensive rookies the past couple of years?
Whew. I mean, you got Chase Young last year. I'm just thinking the defensive rookie years. Both Bosa's won, if I'm right. Both Bosa's. Yeah. I think like through week 3, certainly looks as good as Young did early. I mean, it's a long season.
Yeah.
I'm
impressed.
The versatility he provides is very impressive. And a D line, by the way, where without Marcus Lawrence, like there's not like a dude on that line that he gets, like it's him right now. And so you could see him unlocking the other rookie they drafted, Osa Odiguzua. I think I got to learn his name.
We're really good at pronouncing names on this podcast. Odigizua.
Damn, you nailed it.
He's
you can
not
see
bad.
like, oh shit, like Micah Parsons is actually like making life easier for him, right? I mean, it's really impressive early on for him.
He blew up that I don't know if it was a counter with the read action. He blew up that guard or tight end, whoever came. I caught the tail end of it. I'm like, man, he's physical and he can really run. He's just fun to watch. I think as far as like enjoying watching a rookie on defense play, the reason I asked the question, he might be just as fun to watch as the Bosas and Chase Young, and that's coming from a pass rusher. So I love this kid. I'm excited to watch him kind of get better and better. He does make them better. There's no Tank Lawrence right now, and that was frustrating for me watching because the Eagles couldn't run the ball.
And wouldn't also.
Yeah, I know. Well, why aren't we doing it?
That was confusing. I don't know. It was one of those things where like you can't really blame game script because they abandoned it like so early in the game. It was befuddling. I don't really understand it. And I'm not at all mad as someone who has Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell in 2 separate leagues. It's purely from a football standpoint. I don't get it.
But Miles Sanders, I mean, like, I understand that we're a little thin when it comes to depth there, but Miles Sanders, here I am with the wee stuff in Philly. I'm sorry, but the Philadelphia Eagles are sitting on a gold mine in somebody like Miles Sanders. He's incredibly talented. You got to find ways to get him the ball. You got to find ways to get Dallas Goedert the ball. I know Goddard dropped the crossing route last night, but they barely look at him. So I don't know what's going on, but 3 weeks in.
Miss Goddard on couple as well. I mean, but yeah, like I heard Sirianni, who I've really liked, say after, like, oh, you know, wanted to go toe to toe with Dallas. It's like, nah, do you? Also, like, the matchup really favors you running the ball against this Dallas. Like, they're very light up front, as you know. Like, I really think they could have run it, even when you're down, like, I don't know, a couple of scores. You know, like, you can't give up on it that easy. So I was pretty surprised by what I saw.
Especially because that defense was out there all night long for Philly. I mean, give the guys a break.
Or Fletcher.